Yo, what is up guys? Smoothie here, bringing you a Black Ops 2 video. Obviously this isn't going to be gameplay because the game isn't out yet, but what I did make today is a created class prediction video. Now um, there's going to be two different types of classes. Two of them are going to be MLG classes that I'm just going to nickname them, and then the other are going to be wild card classes just because I'm very uncreative. And basically, I only have two MLG classes, and I'll explain that a bit. But I'll show you the first one right here. I'll explain what these are versus the wildcard ones a bit later. But basically, right here we have an M8A1, laser, select fire, reflex, secondary B23R, perk 1 flak jacket, and then you have dead silence and awareness. And then you have your score streaks, the Hellstorm, the Lightning Strike, and the Death Machine. And then your wild cards, Primary Gunfighter, and Perk 3 Greed. So pretty much what these MLG classes are what the pros used in the Black Ops 2 live stream a while back. Well, I forgot when it was. It was like early August, I think, something like that. But yeah, these were the classes that the MLG guys used. These aren't exactly classes I would choose for pubs, but I figured that this would be a good thing to show you guys because this is what they were using when they were going up against other MLG guys. So there's only two of these because usually when you see MLG gameplay, usually the weapons or the classes don't vary too much. I mean, if you watch Black Ops 1 MLG gameplay, most of the time you'd see people using a FAMAS, lightweight, sleight of hand, and ninja, and that was pretty much the only class anyone would ever use. Sometimes they might have a 74U if they're trying to rush, but really there's only one class that anyone ever used in that game for MLG at least. So yeah, this is the first class. I can kind of, M8A1 apparently is the best assault rifle in the game. It was pretty much the only assault rifle anyone used in the live stream, and then David Vonderhaar actually went as far as saying that it was the best assault rifle in the game, so take that for what it is. The laser, it gives you increased hip fire accuracy. Select fire lets you switch between single and burst fire. Not single, yeah, single, burst, and full auto. And then the reflex sight is just a basic red dot. And the B23R is basically the same thing as an M93 Raffica from Modern Warfare 2, 3 burst pistol, and from what I've seen it looks very good. Probably looking like the best secondary, I'd say. Perk 1 flak jacket, hopefully it's as good as the original in Black Ops. Then dead silence and awareness. They weren't necessarily using dead silence and awareness, but some of the other perk choices they had were kind of funky. I don't know why I didn't see a single person using awareness, but I just decided to put that on there because MLG people will want to sound whore and they will use dead silence and awareness. And awareness, if you didn't know, increases the sound of enemy footsteps. And then you have the 3 kill streaks. The Hellstorm is a very popular kill streak. It's basically like a Predator missile, but then when you're shooting, when the missile's coming down, you can split it into several other missiles that causes like a area of effect damage from like could get like triple and multi kills. Saw several of those. And then Lightning Strike is basically like the mortar team from the original Black Ops, except it's actually like a lightning strike, and I'm pretty sure it hits all three okay. So basically it shoots 3 lightning strikes, all in separate places, and they all strike at the same time, versus the mortar team where it would shoot one, like wait 1 second, shoot another, wait 1 second, then shoot the third one. So that was very common, almost everyone ran that. And then the Death Machine, I saw a few people running Death Machine. I mean, really the score streaks don't really matter for this class. You can choose whatever you want. But I don't think that they really had too much of a choice on what kill streaks they wanted to use because no one used any really high or really interesting kill streaks. They pretty much all used the same thing. And then the wild card's pretty self-explanatory. Primary Gunfighter lets you use 2 or put 3 attachments on your primary. And then Perk 3 Greed allows you to have 2 tier 3 perks. Sorry about that. And then we have the second MLG class right here. And this class was very, very popular. You have the MSMC, which is a submachine gun, laser extended clip, B23R, pretty much basic stuff. This was more of our Russian class, obviously, because it's a submachine gun. So you have lightweight, dead silence, and extreme conditioning. Semtex, pretty self-explanatory. I think some people used frags, but a lot of people just use Semtexes. And then you have shock charges. A lot of people were using these, and it looks really useful. It's kind of like you can use them either as like a stun grenade, or you can use them as sort of like a claymore, where if an enemy steps over it, it'll like stun them for a few seconds, and you'll be notified of, your shock charge got stepped on. So that looks pretty interesting. And then just another generic score streak setup, the UAV, Hellstorm, and Lightning Strike. Pretty much that's just what I saw people running. And then perk 3 Greed. So the MSMC looks to be a very good submachine gun, and the reason it looks very good is because it has a really high rate of fire and good hip fire accuracy. I didn't really see too many other SMGs being used. I mean, for the most part, the pros playing were using the MSMC, and then I think one guy was using the MP7. So, I mean, really, a lot of people were either using this class or the other class with a few minor alterations between them. But other than that, these were the classes they were using. MSMC just looks, a lot of people just hip fired. A lot of people weren't even aiming down sights. And it looked pretty good, so I'm going to guess the MSMC is going to be a pretty good gun in Black Ops 2. Everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. B-23R again, very good. And that's something I'm interested in seeing, whether or not the I want to know if you can pick up another weapon if you don't have a secondary. So like if you only start out with one gun, whether you can pick up a secondary or not, like another primary off the ground. That'll be interesting. But yeah, those are pretty much the MLG classes. Again, these aren't exactly the classes that I would use. Obviously, I would choose something maybe a bit different for public game play, but these are what the pros were using, so I thought I'd make a video about it, and then I'll make another video of the wildcard classes in a few days. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. Peace.